Hi, everybody. Dawn here from Intermountain Health. I'm going to share a chair practice with you today that is actually a little bit more rigorous. It's still using the chair as your support, as a part of your prop, but we'll do a couple more challenging poses than maybe we sometimes do in chair yoga. You're welcome to have blocks. You're welcome to have a chair that has a back. Mine does not. If you do have a chair that moves, please lock the wheels, or definitely lock the wheels if you have an ability to lock the wheels, or set your chair against a wall so that it's going to be stable, because we will definitely use it standing and use it to be our stability. Okay, so take a moment to settle into your chair, sit a little forward, feet are comfortably coming to the ground. Once you find your long, tall spine, eyes can soften. And take a couple of full breaths to tune into what's going on in your body right now. Any tensions, stiffness, aches, or pains. Any stresses. Just notice what's going on for you in this moment. And let's take a couple of letting go breaths to release any of that stuff that doesn't serve us right now. We don't need any of it for our yoga practice. So take an inhale through the nose and a long, slow exhale through the mouth. And now this time, inhale through the nose and a quick, fast exhale to really push that stuff out. Inhaling and exhaling. And now for this one, you choose which one feels better. Long, slow exhale or quick exhale. And then stack one hand over the other on your heart and take another full big breath in and out of the nose this time. You can softly open your eyes and release your hands down. And we'll take a few movements just to get our body ready to be in this place of maybe a little bit of a challenge. Hands out to your knees and start that movement in the cat and cow that we probably are familiar with at this point. Inhaling, you're tilting your belly forward, opening up, spreading through the chest. Exhaling, pressing back through the spine. Inhale, belly and heart forward, and exhale, press back. Now inhale, sit tall, and then we're turning palms out so that your hands are out toward the walls on either side of you. Thumbs are back. And I want you to turn your palms forward for a moment and then turn them back again and just notice that squeeze of shoulder blades. One more time. Turn your palms forward and then turn them out. Inhale, stretch arms overhead. Exhale, we'll take a twist over to the left side, right hand to left knee or thigh. Press down with your hands and find lots of lift through your sides. Exhale, ribs in to help you twist a little bit more. It also helps you engage the upper core. Inhale, arms overhead, and exhale, twist to the right. As you press down with hands, find lots of lift. Exhale, ribs in to twist. Inhale, arms back overhead. This time, clasp hands, turn palms up, and press up. Draw your shoulder blades onto your back and take a couple of side-to-side sways here. And now as you come back to center, release your hands down. Roll your shoulders back a couple of times. And roll your shoulders forward a couple of times. And then last thing, to warm up a little bit more through our shoulders before we get moving a little bit more, elbows hugged by your sides, palms are up, and rotate your arms so that your thumbs are moving toward the wall behind you. I call this gratitude arms. So now as you open this up, move through the shoulder blades, up and down. As you move through the shoulder blades, you might start to feel your arms open a little bit more. You might not, it's okay. There's no right or wrong answer there. Just notice for yourself what's going on. And now keep your shoulder blades engaged, re-rotate your arms, take right ear over to your right shoulder. Take a full breath, thinking of letting that left side of your neck expand and lengthen. Inhale back upright. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Same thing, think of that right side of your neck. And as you inhale and exhale, maybe it lengthens a little bit more. Inhale back upright and release your arms down. Now we'll start to get into the hips a little bit. So we're going to turn ourselves to face the right side, coming into our lunging position here. So I have my right hip and my right thigh on the chair. My left knee is dropping down, or I'm tucking my toes under and working it back. So I have more of that lifted knee lunge. Your choice. You decide what feels best to you. Pull in with the low belly and the ribs. Take that gratitude arms position. You can always take your hand to the back of your chair if you want to. Sometimes that's just a nice thing to do for yourself. Inhale, lift your heart up higher. Exhale, belly and ribs in. And now hands come to your hips, and we're coming back to center, and then turning ourselves the other way. So your left hip and your left thigh are on the chair. Right knee is dropping down, or you're tucking your toes and working back with your foot so your knee is lifted. This sometimes gives a little bit more of that stretch for the psoas. Entirely up to you. As you come to the position that feels the best in your body, again, gratitude arms. Find that opening through the chest. Your head is back in space. Engage the low belly and ribs. Inhale, lift your heart higher. Exhale, core engages. And then hands to hips. Pivot and come back to center. And then we're going to come to stand now for a couple of challenging poses. So as you stand up and come to the side of your chair, you can always be facing your chair. I'm coming to the side of my chair so you can see. We're going to set our hands on our chair, and you can be at fingertips, you can be at palms, wherever it feels best. You can be even at the back of your chair here, however you want to feel really stable. So from this place, I'm sending my sitting bones up, and then I'm going to find my balance onto my left leg and lift my right leg behind me. As you lift your leg, tone through the low belly and the ribs and rotate your outer hip down, like you're trying to turn your toes off to the left, but really think of moving from the inner thigh. Take a full breath, move your ribs and collarbones more forward. And then go ahead and set your foot down. And now, same thing, second side. As you shift over to your right foot, you're lifting your left leg and create a flex with your foot. Reach through your heel. And now tone the low belly and the ribs. Engage the core. Rotate your outer hip down so your toes are trying to turn more down and even maybe trying to rotate into the right. And then release your foot down for a moment, hands to hips, and rise all the way up. I'm going to just simply switch sides of my chair to give you a different view. So that was our Warrior 3 pose, where oftentimes we don't use a chair, we just reach our arms forward. Instead, we have our hands down. So this time we're going to come to our half moon pose. And I find this one to be a lovely hip opener, however challenging. So hands come back down to your chair once again. And we're going to balance onto our right foot and lift our left leg behind us. And this time we're going to turn our hip open. So your toes are turning off to the left side. And now if you want, you get to challenge your balance by bringing your left hand up to your hip and turning your torso open. My heel happens to be touching the wall, which is always something you can do for yourself. You can make it a little bit easier by positioning yourself where you have a little bit more stability. If you want, you can even stretch up. Take a big deep breath. Exhaling, both hands come down, both feet come down. And then we'll do the same thing on the second side. Option is always to keep both hands down, okay? That is something that you can choose to do. So we have our left foot balancing this time, and we're lifting our right leg. And as you lift your right leg, extend your ribs and collarbones forward, and then start to turn your hip open. And once again, you can keep both hands down if you want. We're toning low belly and ribs. You might choose to come up to your hip with your hand. You might choose to turn more open through your torso and maybe even stretch up. But you can come back to any of those places, including hands down on your prop. Take one more big breath. And then turn your hips back to center, both feet down, both hands down, hands to hips, and inhale, rise. Come on back to your chair. And as you sit a little forward, tilting your belly a little bit forward, lift up through your spine. And your eyes can close here if that's comfortable. Just take a moment to let yourself feel whatever sensations are present. Noticing in your body where sensations are showing up. And then we'll come back to that letting go breath. And again, you get to choose if it is an inhale through the nose and a slow exhale through the mouth, or an inhale through the nose and a fast exhale through the mouth. You can try each one if you'd like. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then allow yourself to simply take a natural breath, set an intention for the rest of your day. Maybe that's to find another way to challenge yourself. Maybe that's to pause and take some breaths. Bring hands together at heart center. Draw them to your third eye and back to heart center. And bow towards your heart. Have a very peaceful, beautiful rest of your day. Namaste. Thanks so much, everybody.